Welcome to another episode of Void City Reviews. I am Toast.
I am Dan.
And today we are looking at two figures. These are both McFarlane Lex Luthors. This is the Green Power Suit and the Darkseid War
Power Suit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the Superman, but with the wrong head.
Yes, it's strange.
It's a little weird, but we'll get into that.
We will. Both these figures are fairly similar in a lot of ways, if not nearly identical, so that's why we're doing them both at the same time.
Right.
So let's take a look at both of them. I guess we'll take a look at the more common Lex Luthor design in the Power Suit first.
I think you can see some of the details better on the green one because of the paint differentiation. So I think this is the right choice.
And it's being a lighter color too. I think helps some of the details stand out better on them.
But there's a ton of sculpted detail from head to toe on this guy.
Oh yeah.
And some of that is brought out quite well in paint. I've never really liked Green Power Suit Lex Luthor, but this is the first one where I'm pretty tempted to get it. And I wanted the blue Superman. And I'm like, well, I kind of like the green one better. But there's even a ton on the back. There's some paint on the back, which again is nice. I mean, it's a really nice figure. And the head is amazing.
Yeah, I really like that Lex Luthor head. I know there are some people out there who are not a fan of the sideways eyes. I know a lot of McFarlane figures are coming out in the near future that have those for whatever reason. That seems to be just what he's doing now, and a lot of people don't like that. I'm fine with it. Whatever. It's all good. Not everyone looks just straight ahead with a boring, static face all the time, so I like it. I think it gives him attitude and expression.
Yeah, it gives him some personality that I think fits Lex pretty well.
Yes, agreed.
But as far as paint and sculpt, I think they did a good job. So my big thing is always color breakup, and this guy looks fantastic. The purple really offsets the green, like it does with Joker and Hulk and many other green and purple comic figures.
Goblin. Oh, that's why you tend to see green and purple with a lot of those characters, is because the two colors clash basically and offset each other so much.
So the main difference between these two is the chest overlay piece. This one obviously has some shoulder pads. This one's kind of got some fins going on, and on the back, obviously the collar as well. But on the back, this one has some notches visible here where they are pegging in on this one. But this is the figure that I wanted when it showed up on leak lists.
The blue one.
And I wanted a standard head, and I wanted some of the details painted, because he should not be as blue.
There should be some black in there also.
So some of this metallic, so like the inner thigh, where it's purple here, should be more, I was thinking gunmetal, but yeah, it should be different. He shouldn't be solid blue.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided, I haven't bought either one of these, but I'm kind of leaning green. I don't want to buy two just so I can get this guy with this head and then paint and fix. I don't want to, but I might. I haven't decided. If they go on sale, I might get them both and then just wind up in a parts pile. Like so many other figures.
Yes.
But yeah, the main difference is the chest piece and obviously the head.
Yeah, chest piece, shoulders, and the gauntlets. They both have different gauntlets.
Oh, that's a good point. So some different gauntlets as well. But this head, I don't think this ever happens except in a vision, but there's a vision of him sort of in the future in the throne that we haven't looked at yet, but we will when we get to accessories, with a sort of Darkseid-ish head.
Yeah.
So that's why this is very stylized.
Yeah. I definitely like the green Lex Luthor regular head better than the Darkseid one.
Oh, that head is amazing.
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the Darkseid one.
But the paint and sculpt, it's a stoic-ish face, except for those eyebrows, and the side eye really helps.
Yeah. I mean, that's Lex Luthor. He's always, looking over his shoulder.
Like, just point the head slightly to the side.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
Done.
It's a fantastic head.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and I do this with some of mine as well, just have them in like a standard sort of army rank.
Yeah, looking straight ahead, so then it's looking like he's looking at the guy next to him.
Right. Well, I mean, you've got some poses going on here.
Yeah, I kind of had to start a little bit. I used to have them a lot more like that, but now they're getting more and more scrunched because he keeps making more and more figures, and my wall is the same size. That's a problem.
But, I don't know, pose your figures.
Yeah.
There's the thought.
Or just turn their head a little bit. Really easy. That's why the head turns.
All that articulation going to waste.
Yeah. 22 points, so you're not doing anything with it.
I don't know. So,
speaking of articulation, I did notice that the pegs are kind of worked into the design of this figure, at least on his legs and on his arms. They're actually kind of worked in there as being where the armor would probably be held together by rivets in real life. So I kind of like that the pegs are worked into the design itself to kind of hide them in plain view.
Ordinarily, this would be something that we'd complain about if the peg is different than the leg, but it works for Lex's power suit.
Yeah, for him, yeah, I don't have a problem with that one because it makes a little bit more sense. It's not as horrible as, say, the Batman Year 2 figure where he just has big gray nubs sticking out of his blue gloves. Ugh.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's also got, so there's a sculpted circular ring around the elbow joint there too. So it blends it in. And
it keeps it like themed through the whole outfit, so it's not like they only did that in one area to hide it and not everywhere else. It's a common theme throughout the outfit, so it's worked well into the design of it.
It's well done. Hats off to the sculptor on this.
Indeed. Especially because, in both of our opinions, it's not always very easy to make Lex Luthor's power armor look good.
Right.
So
yes,
it's one of the few times I can remember actually liking his goofy power armor. So.
I usually think it looks goofy.
Yeah.
Especially if you go further back in the decades. Oof. But this is nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm saying it about a Lex Luthor, especially green power armor, when what I wanted was blue.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you can still customize, repaint that.
See what happens.
So green power suit Lex Luthor does come with accessories. His are just some extra hands. Now the hands Toast is holding right now are actually the two that he comes with in the package, so they are the ones that match the ones that are on the blue suit right now. I switched them out, however, because they are very small. They are incredibly tiny, and they just look very, very, very small for the size of the rest of his body and proportions.
They do look small, but they're
I switched them out.
They're also holding hands, and does he have anything to hold?
He does not.
Okay.
He has nothing to hold.
So here's the size difference of the hands. They're close.
They're close. It's just there's some like I've noticed this in some of the figures in the past. I know I think Earth 11 Batman, which is the female Aquaman version of Batman from the Death Metal book or whatever. She had a problem with a hand that was extremely small looking, where it looked like she had the hand of a toddler on her adult body. Yeah, it's just these pudgy little sausage fingers on this tiny little hand.
I never noticed.
But there's been a few lately where I've noticed it too, where they just have these itty bitty little hands.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he came with extra ones that look a bit nicer.
My complaint used to be small looking heads, and now it's hands.
Yeah.
But he's got a fist and maniacal hand.
Maniacal, yeah.
And they both look great.
Evil monologue hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you had a chunk of Kryptonite, you could...
I do, but he's being used for a different Lex Luthor right now. But yes, you could throw some Kryptonite in there. I've seen some customizers do it. That's where mine is right now. He's with my custom Lex Luthor. We will get to him at a different point in time. That's a whole nother video.
It should be a short video.
It's pretty short.
Okay.
It will be pretty short. It's mostly just a kit bash.
So the blue power suit comes with, and this is, I think, really well done, a throne. The Omega symbol there in the background. This stone texture looks amazing.
It almost looks like wood sometimes, but I guess it is supposed to be stone. Like just some of the pattern here, and it has like almost like a wood grain.
Yeah, from the top.
But from the front, when you can see
it
the
does
whole
look
thing,
like wood grain.
You know it's supposed to be stone.
Did this is assembled? You didn't have to put this together?
It comes together like that. It's glued. It's all.
Oh,
it's a couple of different pieces,
glued.
but it is. Yeah, it is glued and sealed with these little pieces there. I do believe there's at least a couple of those spots of glue on there. But pre-assembled, all comes together one piece right there in the package with them.
I was thinking maybe you could take it apart and try to like fill the seam and then sand it out. But
You could do that without.
you could. But with him in it,
Yeah,
you barely
can't
see the seam.
Yeah.
And still, this, especially the background here, all of the texture and then the washes to bring out that detail, this is really well done. And for the same, it's what, $19.99?
Yep,
price?
same price as the regular one. I was surprised by that. I figured he would have been a gold label or something and been more expensive, but or even the $25.99 or
right,
$24.99, like a Build-A-Figure.
Right.
But no, he was same price, $19.99.
So he comes with this, and he sits on it, and he looks awesome doing it.
I have actually never sat him in the throne yet. For some reason, just with the way his head is shaped, with the helmet and the chin strap, the bald face, the big robot suit, and this big throne, I can't help but I get Robocop from this.
That makes sense.
I just picture him when he's in his throne, resting for the day every night, and he's got his helmet off with the bald head sticking out.
That used to freak me out as a kid, like seeing him without the helmet and
just being like a piece of skin stretched over something, because it had like that weird part where it looked like they had just stretched his face and like clothespined it onto like a Terminator head or something, like, which is I imagine what was underneath there. They probably just put his face on the Terminator head. I don't know. But I don't know which one was freakier, that or the new one where he's just a head with a sack of organs stuck to a wall. Oh, that was...
I think I have
frightening.
I have more memories ingrained in my head from the original Robocops than I do the new one. Even though now that you've reminded me,
that new one had some pretty iconic scenes in and of itself, because that kind of replaced the blowing away Alex Murphy in the first one. That, I think, the reveal of how devastated he had become was to make up for the not seeing him get blown away in the first place by Red Foreman and his gang of misfits. Red Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy's name? Oh, it's like on the tip of my tongue, too.
Grover Cleveland.
No. Anyway.
Nope. So he looks good. I could get, I think, the knees a little bit more bent because he's hovering just slightly over the throne. Yeah,
it looks fine to me.
Looks good. This is well done, once again. That's it for accessories.
Yep, not too many there, but still pretty good ones, especially the throne.
Oh, yes. Articulation is the same standard Todd McFarlane Multiverse.
If you've seen it once, there's no changes here. So nothing really additional to point out. I think the only thing I would have added for Green Lex would have been maybe a shard of kryptonite to hold in one of his holding hands. Could have just been one little shard, I don't care. I think that would have looked nice, though. Just something. I mean, it's Lex Luthor. He should always come with a piece of kryptonite, in my opinion.
You would think.
I mean, even if the most, you could open up his chest and there's one in there, like Metallo or something, in place of an arc reactor. I don't know. Something. It's weird that he doesn't have one.
Yeah, and sort of accessories is the one area where I think Todd could improve, or not necessarily one area, but I've voiced it before, is I always hope for alternate heads and then more accessories.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're going to give us all these hands that are meant to hold accessories, give us some accessories for him to hold.
I don't know, maybe you could do like some Iron Man fist blasts. I don't remember what the suit does exactly.
Shoots kryptonite out of it? I don't know. I think that is pretty much the only thing it ever did, was once he revealed what powers the suit, then all of a sudden Superman gets weak. Oh my god. Because now I know, and that's... So I think kryptonite's a placebo in the first place. Unless he knows it's there, it doesn't seem to hurt him.
Or maybe a flight
Superman returns when he lands on that island. He's fine until Luthor's like, hey, look what it's made out of. Then he's like, oh no, suddenly I'm...
You know...
And then 10 minutes later, he's like, I don't care what it's made out of. I'm still going to throw it into space.
Kryptonite is
But I still have a way to explain that away. But
Kryptonite is always plot specific.
It
It's
is.
like, oh, I've been kryptonite poisoned. I'm gonna be out for like 2 weeks, and then, oh, you shoved it 6 feet away from me. I'm fine now.
yeah. Oh, it's behind the chair now in the corner. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, in Smallville, it always seemed like if he could see the kryptonite, it could hurt him. But the second, like, you could put, like, a magician, you could put, like, a handkerchief over it, ta-da! And he'd be like, oh, I'm good. Let's go. Let's do this. Like, it's fine. I'm good.
Yeah. So,
And that's how it worked in Superman Returns, because he was fine until Luthor showed him I've got a piece in my pocket, and then he was like, oh no. Oh, never mind. The whole island's made out of weakened kryptonite, but you showed me your piece now. Now it hurts me.
it's all in his head.
Yeah, I think it really is. I think, yeah, oh, that's,
We went off on that one.
yeah, it happens. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is for these guys. You got anything left?
You're happy with both?
I am. I like the green one better, just like you. I think he's probably just because it's the one we're more used to, and this is kind of more of like a one issue, possibly one panel type of an appearance. But
I'm thinking I might get Green Power Suit Lex. I have the Mattel Collect and Connect version of this, who is standing in front of a small Forever Evil collection that I'm building.
nice.
I wanted to put him at the front of that, but he is short because it's Mattel versus McFarlane. But I might get Green just to replace him, and then if these two ever go on sale, I might grab them both and customize the one. But I have enough custom projects at the moment.
Right.
I'm not looking for more, so maybe I'll just get one and then be done.
And I've already done my custom Lex Luthor, and I actually updated him with this head now, and we will get a video of that ASAP post up here, so we can talk to you about chunks of kryptonite, for example, things like that. And just see kind of more of Luthor's classic storyline in action figure form.
But they're both good, and I'm impressed.
Yeah, I like him. I can finally good to start getting some more villains that are not Batman related. So let's keep that up.
That's true, yes.
Keep that up. Give us some more characters in general,
More characters.
and keep it up. Especially now
I
that
do
we're into
like-
like year 2, almost year 3.
I do like alternate outfits, but
Yes.
I would like
Ultimate characters would be nice.
some breadth, not just depth.
Yes. Well, I think that's about
I
all
think
we can
that's
say
it.
about these guys. You know, all the usual fun stuff, like and subscribe. Keep at it so that you can see all of our reviews on Wednesdays and all of our other videos on other days.
If you have anything to add to the conversation, drop a comment below.
Indeed, let us know your favorite version of Lex's Power Suit. Oh no. I actually think my favorite version before this, even though I kind of hate it because of the size of it, was probably just the one from
New 52?
No, DC Universe Online, where
Oh,
Luthor
yes.
like kills Superman right in the
Yes.
intro video. It's a giant, huge, robotic, goofy-looking suit,
I loved it.
but that whole video in general just made it
It
fantastic.
got me really excited to play that game.
It would be cool to see some figures from that. I would love to see that future Batman that's like half a
Yes.
robot that comes back to save the day after the world's been decimated.
Yes.
If they make nothing else, I would love a figure of him. Please. He is so awesome.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. I am Dan,
I'm Toast.
and we will see you next time.